up, guys? Welcome to Chop Toys. What I've got here is a 56 Tonka pickup. Or 50, 55, 56, I can't remember. I think it's a 56 because it has the slanted roof and no hood scoop, but it's got the newer grill on it. But this is probably my most valuable piece. It's all original. It's probably a 8 out of 10 condition. Slight pitting on the grill and the hubcaps. A few serious scratches on the roof, but nothing severe. See the front end, it's just a beautiful piece. That truck's probably, hopefully, worth around $200 right now. It's in excellent shape. It even has the tailgate chains and the tailgate. It's all there. Original tires, original axles. It's in impeccable shape. But this is Chop Toys. I'm not going to cut this one up, but I want to show you what I did with a different version of this truck. This is also a 56 Tonka truck. Well, it looks like one. This was a reproduction cab. So the cab was completely brand new. They used to sell them for about $55 with the roof. No grill, no bumper, just the lower cab and the upper roof piece. I had this sitting around for years, and once I got back into it, I decided, what the hey, let's do a custom and we'll do a chop top. So you can see here it's quite a bit lower than the other truck. I had this truck in bare metal for a long time, but it started, getting a little bit of rust, and I didn't have a place to sandblast at the time, so I went ahead and flat blacked it. I really regretted it. I liked it before it was bare metal. I should have just clear coated it, but it was bare metal with the white roof and the white bumper and the metal grill. But oh well, it's got an original grill and bumper on it, and about not quite as good a shape as my blue one there. And it's got new headlights. You can see how much clearer they are than the originals on the blue truck. But I might swap those out for some old ones here eventually. I know I've got some of those, a bunch of those actually. I can see them. And those may actually be new. Okay, never mind. Perhaps the most noticeable change to this, other than the ride height, is it's a short bed. No Tonka trucks came in short beds. They were always long bed. And you can see the one in the back there. It's got, at least half an inch more space in front of the tire. In front of the fender, between the fender and the cab. And it's not that easy to do. There's a lot of cutting involved on the frame. And it's a lot of work. And you have to, the worst part of it is trying to make the holes for the tabs for the fender to mount to. I used to have a small cutoff wheel. It was a metal cutoff disc, Dremel cutoff disc, but it was metal. And it would make a noise. Oh my lord, it was loud, but it would cut perfect size little tabs into metal like that. It just was messy and loud, but it did the trick. I've done a few short bed conversions on these. You can do two different things also. One of them I just cut off at the back of the bed and made a new tab for the fender. And then on this one, I left the fender and everything intact. You can see I still have the tabs here for the tailgate chains, if I do want to come back and add tailgate chains. And then I just cut the excess off the front and cut the front of the front of the bed off and riveted it back to the base of the bed where I needed it. So the bed still looks complete, but I have an extra rivet. You can see in the bed, the original rivet, it has 3. That thing rolls really good. This one I just used part of the bed floor and I mounted it with that rivet to the frame. So the bed's only held on with one rivet. The fenders aren't even tight because, might take it back apart, sand it back down, and clear coat it bare metal. Nothing's ever finished. But you can see also the back window area. There's a bit of metal here at the bottom on the original. This one we're cut off. So we cut about a little more than a 1/4 inch off of the roof. And I'll have an upcoming tutorial on that as well, because there's a trick to it. It's not as simple as you might think. That's one of my favorite trucks though. It's just a cool look. I love the slam look of it. Now it does have different tires and wheels as well. Now those are an actual Ford center cap, and those are Nylent tires. Now Nylent had actual Ford pickups. In the early 60s they had licensing and everything. Some of their trucks even had an I-beam front suspension. They made actual like hot rods and things like that, which I think I have one cut up around here somewhere. But they had different sized white wall wheels like that with Ford stamped hubcaps. So you can find them cheap, and I throw them on here because that's obviously a Ford truck. Even the square cab Tonkas were obviously a Ford truck until I think 64 or 65, and they started looking like the Chevys a little bit. But yeah, it just fit better. It's a smaller diameter tire wheel combo, so it allowed me to get it closer to the ground. There's a lot involved to lowering these as well. It's not as easy as you would think. Maybe you can see what I've done. This is the original frame. You have these big drop down tabs with your holes for your axles. This frame has none of those. I've cut them off, and I've drilled new holes right up at the bottom of the flat part of the chassis. So that is as low as it'll go with those tires and wheels. If you put bigger tires and wheels, it'll raise it up. There are other ways around that, but we'll get into that in a later video. And I've had some actually lower than this. But you can see also I've just pop riveted the bumper on. Not even put a washer on the back because they'll come off. I can pry it off real easy. And then I could reuse that bumper on something else, or sand this cab down and sandblast it and do something different with the paint. That's it for this one, guys. Appreciate you checking out my channel, checking out these custom builds I've done before. And here before long, I'm actually going to get some custom builds going, and I'll show step by step everything I do to make it possible. But until then, I'll see you all in the next video.